Hello everyone, Noto Addiction speaking here. In today's video, we're going to discuss 5 ways to overcome a gambling addiction. Watch this video if you struggle with a gambling addiction. If you're new here or you're been here, going to click that like button, go ahead and comment, go and subscribe, click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. And without further ado, let's go on and get into this video, guys. I've compiled about 5 things that help me, guys. And I know a lot of you guys are struggling with this, and I'm happy to know that these videos are helping guys out, helping women out, helping all of you guys out. So I'm just first and foremost, I'm just happy that I'm even helping people at all with these videos, because I know these are the same videos that I watch. So well, without like getting too much into that, I just wanted to say that I appreciate all of you for watching the channel, all of you for engaging in the channel, for liking the channel, for commenting, for doing all that before we even get into everything. So I got this list together that's helped me stay from gambling, and hopefully it'll help you guys. So let's go and identify the first thing. Starting with the first thing that helped me get over a gambling addiction. The first way is to identify the triggers. That's the first way. Like once you like identifying the triggers is like a very, very important part of the process, because if you know that you're doing something, you want to know what is causing me to do this thing. When you identify what's causing me to do this thing, what makes me want to go and gamble? What makes me want to go and spend my money and throw my money away? What makes me want to put my money on the line to try to get this or that? What is the trigger? That's where like a lot of us probably like kind of go down too, because we really try to overlook the trigger. We don't never like make it any. We don't make it important. We don't give it any substance. We don't give it any importance to the situation. We don't look at it as something that's important like that. We just kind of skip over it. But it was like, no, no, this is what's making me want to gamble. Okay, I'm feeling bored right now. Like tonight, it might be like a Friday night or something like that. Oh, I'm bored, but hey, it would be nice to go out to the casino and gamble a little bit, wouldn't it? Yeah, just to get out the house. That could be a trigger. Or you'll be like, oh man, my check kind of low today. Maybe I only got paid 500, or whatever amount. Just speak throwing a number out there. Dang, maybe if I bet 150, I could probably leave out of there with 700 or 800. That could be a trigger right there. Or you could be like, oh man, dang, it's pretty fun, uh I just want the rush, I don't really care if I win or not. I just want to go out there and get the rush and hang out with my friends, and my other friends that's up there. They up there, they calling me. I know they up there too. So it's not just like a boredom thing. Sometimes you just want to go up there for a community, because you could be bored and just go up there by yourself and gamble, but oh, I'm still out the house. But the community helps things to makes the environment a lot more interactive, which thus keeps you there even more. So that can be a trigger as well. Like, dang, are you looking for friendship, or are you looking for anything? So that's why I say identifying that trigger is a very, very important part of overcoming your gambling addictions. Because once you figure out what it is in the first place that's making you want to gamble, then you can tackle that. Okay, what do I do? What do I do to get that out? What do I do to not feel this way? And this second thing right here, like it's gonna help you in more ways. So let's go on to the second thing. So too, because after people, let's just notice, especially a lot of us that's been gambling for a long time, we know that you eventually lose at some point in time. At some point in time, you're going to eventually lose. If you be like, oh, these guys be like, these big guys that say they're constantly winning, that I don't believe them. And it's really like it's a grab me tactic, for especially for new people, or for people that's always doing this second thing that I'm saying. And this is this is what you have to do. You have to let go of chasing losses and chasing big wins. Yeah. This is one thing right here. You have to get over with all the money that you lost. You just gotta let it go. You don't want to have to get it. You don't want to try to get it back, not by gambling. Don't try to get it back by gambling. Don't try to chase the big win. Stop worrying about the allure of the big win. That right there, that helped me a lot too. Because if I was sitting there like, dang, because once you say I want to go on this journey to get over this gambling addiction, like, dang, but I can't just leave all this money on the table that I lost. And that draws you back in, like, man, I I lost all this money this way, but maybe I could just win it back. Maybe I could just win it back. And that makes you keep on going deeper and deeper and deeper. You'll never be able to pay the debt that you've given to these casinos. And it's just time to let it go. That's one thing I had to do. I had to let it go. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna think about all. Don't even hardly even think about the number. Just think about what you're gonna gain. Think about rebuilding. Think about accumulating more and different ways to make more money. Don't worry about, and another thing, don't worry about the big win to try to cover for the losses. That's the thing, chasing for the big wins. And then even if you get, just think about it, even if you got all your money back, right? You're still gonna be chasing more big wins to try to get ahead of that. And then slowly just get back into that perpetual cycle of chasing the loss and trying to win more and more. Because you won't be satisfied. Think about it. If you went in there, you got a big win and won all the money back you ever lost, all of you ever lost, would you really be satisfied with that? But I got all my money back. But then it's gonna creep in your head like, but I can get some more money. And that's the cycle that puts you in. It's a vicious, vicious cycle. Extremely vicious cycle. So, guys, this one thing, you just have to let that go. Let it go. I feel like that's the best thing. Everybody like, oh, don't listen to him. He's too late. You're only a week away from your big wins. I'm not trying to get none of that. Because they don't know what it's been through trying to constantly be in there stressing and everything about all the money that I'm putting on the line, losing paychecks behind it, going being in debt from payday loans, going, probably having to sell your possessions, probably losing your house, probably destroying relationships because you're lending money. Some people probably even stole from family to be able to gamble. It's just so many things. It is. It's not even just the losses itself. And like I always say, it's the psychological state of mind that it puts you in. And so remember that the psychological state is what's the most dangerous part about this addiction in the first place. Not even just the acts. The acts just come after that. That's just a physical manifestation of what's going on in that from the head, from what's being the turmoil that's happening upstairs because of all the ups and downs of these roller coasters of emotions. This is what leads you there. But once you let it go, once you've identified the triggers, and once you've let it go that, okay, I lost this money and I'm not getting it back, at least not this way. I want to do this legit, and don't worry about the big wins. Okay, you hear somebody win, even if you hear somebody won something big, don't worry about it. Go on your own path. Because remember, hey, was you winning before? You heard about big wins when you was winning, and you going through this, and how you feeling now. So the next thing you need to do once you've done those things, and after you leave and you let it go, it's time to fill the void. That's number 3. You have to fill that void. That is paramount. That is extremely paramount in this process, because once you leave that behind, once you be like, okay, I let it go, identify the triggers, so I'm not going to be indulging in that. But this plays into the triggers, because a lot of these triggers is going to be the fact that you haven't filled the void. So filling the void is what's going to like make those triggers subside, because you have something to be in place of that. You can't just quit this and then don't have anything in its place. It doesn't work like that. Trust me. For anyone that knows that, they know it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. And for those that's probably on the outside looking in, you got to understand that is this addiction is very like it's very predatory, and it like has a big effect on your psychological state of mind. So you're always going to be thinking about these things, and having a wandering mind thinking about this instead of actually filling the void and finding something else to do that you really enjoy, that can be detrimental to the process of you trying to stay away, and you end up creeping back in. So if you feel that void, you gotta fill the void. You gotta find something that you find that's fun to you, something that you really enjoy doing. It's not gonna be easy, and it might not be much of a rush as you had before. But as more time go by, remember, time heals all. As time goes by, you will eventually enjoy the things that you're filling the void with. But let's not let these things that you're filling the void with end up being counterproductive to what you're doing. So I'm not saying go fill the void by having a drinking problem or going to self-medicate, but every time I feel like I want to gamble, I'm going to go and drink or stuff or go smoke. No, I'm not saying that. Especially this is, this type of channel. This is my addiction channel, and we do not indulge in other substances to try to get over another, or indulge in one addiction and try to go into another. We don't self-medicate over here. Not in that. Not in there. We rehabilitate ourselves. We let our environment rehabilitate us. This is what I advocate for. So yeah, fill that void. Do something fun, like do something that you actually really enjoy doing, and don't let what you enjoy doing be reminiscent of the times when you was in there gambling. So don't go and do things that remind you of gambling. So don't go right next door to the, like, just stay away from the gambling places as it is. Don't try to go to a store next to the casino and going through constant temptation. Don't put yourself in those stressful environments. So if you're gonna do something, do something far away from the casino. I mean, of course, you're probably gonna have to drive by it, but if you can, try to take an alternate route, maybe an alternate route or something like that, and maybe that can help. Just the little psychological tricks that'll help you as well. To get your mind off things. But when you feel that void and find something you really, really enjoy doing, you won't be sitting there wondering and pondering, okay, I'm just gonna do my hobby. I can just do my hobby, and you don't have to worry about gambling. Say it helps take your mind off. It won't completely do it, especially at first. I'm not saying this is gonna completely do it, but as time goes on, trust me, then you'll find other things instead of just one thing to fill the void. So if you get tired of that one thing that's filling the void, you go to this other thing. So just build you a network of things that can help you fill that void, and that will definitely help you keep your mind. It's helped me tremendously. I like to do different things. So now it's like I don't even care about going to gamble or none of that because yeah, my voids are filled. I do things I like to enjoy, and this is one of the things I enjoy doing as well, creating content for you guys. So right there, you can click the like button, you can comment, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can know whenever I'm dropping a video. But let's go on and continue, guys. Got to fill the void. So after you've identified the triggers and you've let go of the chasing losses and the big wins, and now that you found some things in a network of things to fill the void, you talk to other people and you find a community of people on the same path of you as you. Now, this could be hard in some cases, especially if you what type of place you in, because a lot of people aren't really receptive to actually letting out that they have an addiction, and probably a lot of people aren't very vulnerable in this way. So a lot of people like to suffer in silence when it comes to this addiction. A lot of people like to just bury it and bottle it up, and that's one of the worst things to do. So I understand that you're going to find, even if it's somebody like across seas, even if it's somebody far away across from a screen, or join a community, join a Facebook group or something. Just be there so you can hear other people, and that'll help you stay on your path as well. And that's a constant conviction right there, and it helps you because you got a community of people that are on the same path as you. They're helping you out. You hear their stories, you become more inspired. Okay, yes, I'm on my journey. I see them doing it. I see that it's working for them, and I'm not alone. That's the best thing because we're human. We are very social creatures. We are very we like to communicate. We like to see things. We aren't like lonely. We're not lone creatures. We socialize. So that's why community is very important, not only just in life but in this when it comes to recovery. Because if you don't have a community, you're just gonna feel like you're alone in this. Even if people like you say they're like, okay, I'm here for you and stuff like that, but it hits different when it's way different when it's somebody that's been through the same thing you've been through, and you hear something from them, then as opposed to somebody else that hasn't gone through that. So you don't really take their advice. You appreciate it now. You appreciate it. Okay, yeah, they're there for me, but they can't really truly understand it like someone that's been in the same shoes as you. You'll see what I'm saying. So like, say for instance, like I say, yeah, this gambling addiction, like if somebody else has been through it and they got through it and they're going through the steps and you see it and you're doing the same thing, you'll gravitate to them more when it comes to advice and when it comes to watching things and actually feel better about what you're doing, as opposed to somebody that never had that addiction that's telling you, oh, you can do this, you're great, man, you're stronger than this, but they don't know the struggles. So so their advice really holds no merit for you, really, like that. You appreciate it, but it doesn't hold any merit, not in comparison to the person that's been through the same thing he's been through. So being around a community is very important, guys. Extremely important because it'll help you stay on your path. But leading to this next point, we're all human, and this can happen to all of us on this journey. But the thing is, and I made a video about this before, is to not beat yourself up about relapsing. That's the last thing. Don't beat yourself up about a relapse. It's like, hey, no, how's that? How to get over a gambling addiction if you're saying that we're going to relapse? Because I deal with reality in the world, guys. We know that we all human. We all slip up from time to time. But the worst thing to do is to be like, I messed up and I'm going to beat myself up. And then what I had a tendency of doing when I was relapsing, I would try to go harder and be like, you know what? Since I relapsed, I don't care. I'm just going to go back every day and I don't care. I mean, I already messed up anyway. So I already messed up my streak anyway. So I'm just going to keep going. And that's a horrible mind state to be in. Horrible. You don't want to double back down on it. Just get back on the wagon. Retrace the steps. Okay, what was the trigger that caused this? What if it, that's why you go back to step one. Identify the trigger. What made you want to go back? You see what I'm saying? But usually when you go through the steps, it'll help you to strengthen you to even not even have to deal with this. But like I say, it happens. So why I have that's why I had to mention this. Definitely had to mention this. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't make it seem like, oh, I fell off and I can never get back on. I'm a horrible person. I should never went. I destroyed everything in 2 nights or one night or whatever. Just get back on it. No matter how much damage you've done, get back on the wagon. I guarantee you things can only get better because doubling down on it because you feel like you fell off the wagon. "Oh, I'm already stay off the wagon. Now I'm already out here. I'm already dirty. I might as well get back on and just walk off. No, just get back on, dust yourself off, get back on the wagon. It's not easier said than done though. Much easier said than done, but it is possible, and it's a step forward, then going steps back. You could take 3, 4, 5 steps back, but at least if you try to take steps forward, you will eventually get away and get back on the path. And that's a very important thing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. 5 ways to overcome a gambling addiction that's really helped me, and I feel like it's awesome, man. Hopefully this helped you guys. Hopefully a lot of you resonate with this. And just to do a recap, is to identify the triggers, number one. Number two, let go of chasing losses and big wins. Number three is to fill the void. Number four is to talk to others and find a community of people that are doing the same thing and on the same path as you. And five, not to beat yourself up if you even have a relapse. It's Noto Addiction speaking here. Hopefully this video has helped all of you out, and I understand a lot of people are struggling with this addiction, and I'm happy that I have a voice and that I can speak on this. And I've actually had a lot of ups and downs with this addiction, and I know how it can be. And I know it sounds good to hear it coming from a credible source. You've heard my stories. You can watch my videos if you need any proof. And remember, guys, a gambler never wins until they quit. I'm out.